Yo, what's up guys, been on fire here back with a video, and today we're going to be showing you guys a run defense that I run that can stop mostly every run in the game, and you can also run it out of really any play in this formation, which is really nice. We're going to be in the 3-3-5 wide formation. It's really in a ton of playbooks, a lot of the meta playbooks like 4-6, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, Miami, really everything. So I'm in Baltimore right now. It doesn't really matter. Again, it's in most playbooks. But, yeah, the play I'm going to start out in is going to be Mike Blitz 3 here in the middle. Once again, you can run this out of cover 4 drop show 2. You could run it out of man coverage, which I might actually show. But, yeah, we're just going to show you guys how I like to shoot the runs and overall just the best adjustments to go behind it. You can leave auto flip on for this defense. We'll go into some of the zone drop stuff later. But, yeah, man, let's start out against halfback dive. Just out of this 3 tight end set. Also, before we get into the video, make sure you guys drop a big thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel down below. We're on the road to 20,000 subscribers. We're almost there. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. It'd be much appreciated. Drop all these tips for free for you guys. So what we're going to do here is you can start out by base aligning. It shouldn't really matter, but you can go ahead base align your defense. The next thing you're going to do is shift to the strong side, which in this case is going to be the right side. And then you're going to slant your defensive line to the left. Now, you see Quentin Jefferson here and Max Crosby are kind of already slanted to the left in the play art, but you notice how Yannick Ngakoue is in a 3-receiver hook, so you just want to slant to the left, get him there. And then the last thing you want to do is pinch your linebackers. So pinch your linebackers. Now, if you're not base aligned, you would see both linebackers kind of go in, but because when we base align, that right outside linebacker, I think it is, who's in that? I think it's KJ right there. He actually doesn't have to move, but pretty much we're just going to stand to the side opposite that you shifted of. So we shifted to the right side. You're going to kind of stand over to the left. And then when the ball is snapped, you're just going to kind of run straight down. So the ball is snapped. We're going to run straight through here and try and hit stick if you can. If not, you can just kind of tap A or X and make a conservative tackle. Again, you don't really want him to break tackles, so this is the best way to do that. But again, you see really fast gap shoot. Really all we're doing with our defensive tackles slanting to that left side is forcing a double team between Brandon Linder and AJ Can right there, the right guard in the center. And that's just going to open up an avenue. Now, of course, one of these guys usually will be able to get over, but they're not going to be fast enough to really pick you up. And again, you get a clean hit stick here. You can definitely force some fumbles. Definitely have done that before. So again, just shift to the right. You can slant to the left. You can pinch your linebackers. Again, you can baseline. You can press if you want. That's not really going to affect your actual defense. And then all you're going to do is kind of stand here with your user, ball is snapped, sprint right through, and there you see perfect execution of landing the hit stick with your user. So again, it doesn't really get much better than that. I mean, as far as stopping the run, this is one of the better run sets to stop. You see 3 tight end set. I mean, it's really going to be pretty good blocking for the most part, and overall pretty good defense against that. So we're going to show it again, sprint right through the gap, hit stick him right in the mouth, and push him to the ground like we're bullying him. Again, here you see, really it's going to come down to your user because there's not really anyone else making a play. Now, if he does get to the second level, you have a couple of guys that can make plays, like your safety's kind of down here in the box. So maybe if he bounces out to the right, you have a guy there. If he really bounces up the middle, he's going to maybe get like 5+ yards if your user does get picked up. But, I mean, yeah, man, this is pretty close to the best run defense that you'd be able to play. Now, as far as the back end adjustments with this cover 3 defense, what can you really do with it? I'm probably either running like cloud flats, stock, like around cloud flats like this. If I'm not adjusting my zone drops, if I am adjusting my zone drops, I'm probably setting my curl flats to about 10 yards. 5 yards if I notice him just straight throwing it to wheels and little drags. But I like to play a little bit more conservatively. We're going to go 10 yards. And we're still keeping everything in front of us, but we're also able to make tackles and not giving up big plays either in that situation. Also, the good part about this is if they do end up passing, you're rushing 5. You have your user to where sometimes you can actually end up getting pressure as well, depending on the situation. So, again, sometimes it doesn't work. You do need some good timing on it. I would practice this myself if I was not good at it. But, I mean, for the most part, it's going to be pretty good, pretty simple to learn. Again, just practice your timing maybe right through here, boom, hit stick. And again, be careful of missing the hit stick. If you notice yourself whiffing on a couple of hit sticks, that's where maybe we just start tapping A for a conservative tackle. All right, now we're going to show stretch briefly. Now, stretch is not as simple of a gap shoot as clear cut of a run defense result. It's going to kind of be varied, but pretty much it'll be sort of the same with the way that you make a play with your user. So we're going to set everything up the same because, of course, defensively, you're not going to know. You can't see their player. You're not going to know if they're running dive or stretch, whatever. So you have to set it up the same way, whether you know they're running dive, stretch, or passing the football. Again, and I would set up this more aggressive style of run defense against those guys that come out, run the ball 3-4 times in a row. You're like, all right, we're playing one of these guys. We're going to be facing the run a lot. That's when you go to this defense, not guys that are running, inside zone once every 5 plays or something like that. But so we're pretty much going to set it up the same way, and then obviously they're going to run stretch. Once we see stretch, we're just going to get out there with our user and pretty much make a play on it. That time I got picked up, not ideal. But you see, we're still able to make the play. Now, I'm not sure why the computer kind of like jogs. He's running so slow, but the result kind of would be the same. You just run out there with your user. You press that X button to get that dive at the legs. And pretty much any time in this game you dive at the legs, you're going to get suctioned into an animation. So you see, they just run stretch. And again, if he's running full speed, we either take the outside. If he runs full speed around his number 84 tight end, we just take that full angle. But you see, we end up getting like some help. And again, these guys, even if they don't get sheds, we're there with our user making the play. And with stretch, there's not really anywhere else to go. You can't really cut it up the middle in this situation because of all. We have KJ right there. We have Max Crosby. And take a look at what I do with my user. I just get in position, dive at the legs, and we get suctioned into an animation very easily. So again, that's really all you have to do. Again, not as clear of a result, but overall kind of the same concept. We'll show it again, then maybe we'll flip it, but you see here, that time I missed, and obviously I was kind of thrown off the timing by the way that the running back was running, but you can also click off if you don't feel comfortable in those situations. Now, you're probably saying to yourself, what if they flip? Now, if they do flip, it shouldn't really affect too much with it. Again, you're going to kind of stand here, but they just flip the run, so you're just going to kind of take the outside angle, and boom, should be a cornerback, so not too much to be worried about in that situation. This run defense is pretty good against deuce close stretch, some of the more popular stretches in the game. But let's actually show it against inside zones because those are super annoying to defend this year's game. All right, now inside zone's going to have a completely different setup, but it's actually going to be pretty good because it kind of ties into the blitz that you usually run out of 3-3-5 wide. Now again, it's not too big of a concern to switch between under center run defense and pass defense setup, or your passing inside zone defense, or your shotgun run defense rather, but of course you're going to know they're in shotgun. Pretty simple. Now this one's actually going to be a little bit easier because it's going to help you shoot from both sides. All you're going to do is baseline press. You're going to spread your defensive line. I like to pinch my linebackers still, and then you can like slant outside. But that's all you're going to have to do. Now with your user, you're just going to kind of stand off here to the side that they are running to. So the side opposite of the running back's on the right side, we user the left, and that's all that's going to change because unlike the under center one, we're not shifting to a particular side. All we have to do is spread our D-line, which is definitely nicer. But again, just stand to the side opposite of the running back when the ball is snapped. You're just going to simply run straight through and try and tap X as fast as possible. You notice how I'm not sure who that was close to kind of picking us up. It might have been the tight end there. But there was someone kind of running towards us. So you tap X to get there as fast as possible. But overall, you see pretty simple gap shoot. There's not a whole lot to it. Again, you're standing here with your user, baseline press, spread your D-line, slant outside, and that's all you have to do. Ball is snapped, kind of sprint through here. And again, usually you can dive at the legs a little bit better than that. We're just trying to show the thing. And for this next one, you could also click off, but I'll just not dive this time so we can get it a little bit better. But sprint through, and there you see, didn't dive at the legs, just tapped A, and we make the tackle. So pretty simple. Again, might not be as clear cut. You can go for the hit stick if you want, but you do see that in this particular play, what's it called? The tight end, Dan Arnold, is kind of close to getting us. But overall, you could probably still hit stick through. And again, you saw in those previous runs, Andrew Norwell was a little bit further to the left, which gave us a little bit of a bigger hole to go through. Now, again, normal Y off, we have a tight end on the line of scrimmage. It's almost like a 6-0 lineman running set. If they were to go with something like this, let's go turn it into a spread. Pretty much what would happen is I think it would just be a lot easier for us to run through. But again, that gun normal Y off The reason that we ran it was simply just to show what a trips tight end look would look like, because trips tight end, the tight end's going to be on the line of scrimmage, aka your 6th offensive lineman in run sets. So you stand here, and there you again, you see it. That was bad stick work, but normally you kind of want to loop in. There are certain blitzes where you kind of stand here, which you definitely can do, and just loop around this way. So I've ran blitz. The blitz really works from either way, which is nice. Normally I kind of run the blitz like this out of wide. Personally, again, it shouldn't really matter, but if you stand here, all you have to do is just loop around. Now, sometimes you get picked up that way, so if he's kind of a heavy runner, I would probably go with the outside lane, but if he's only mixing in the run, you're probably safe to just kind of stand here with your user and make the play. But again, the blitz should work from either way, and there you see, again, just pretty simple stuff. And in this year's game, it takes a little bit too much time to really cut that back instantly. Maybe in Madden 2021, they could get the handoff cut back to the right immediately, which was one of the things in Madden 20, I believe. Maybe it was Madden 21, but in this year's game, movement's too slow that they can't do those instant cutbacks, which is favorable for the run defense. And overall, it's going to be really good for blitz pressure as well. And again, let's say they do pass the ball, your blitz should work from this as well. So they go ahead, pass the ball. And again, the blitz should work from either one. I think I set something up wrong there, but your blitz works from the middle as well. You can check out the gameplay if you do want to see this blitz working that I posted yesterday or the day before that. Again, pass defense probably the same for this. We're kind of intending to send the blitz, so you can set your curl flats like 10 yards. But yeah, the ball is snapped. That was actually the run play, but we'll go to the pass next. But I've gone over this pass defense a lot, so you guys should know it if you are kind of paying attention at all. And it could be a little bit weird just because the tight end's kind of off the ball in that weird spot, so that might affect the blitz, I guess. But you kind of stand here, and there you get a looper off the edge. Boom. Good run defense, good blitz pressure. But yeah, man, that's pretty much going to do it for the video. If you guys enjoyed, drop a big thumbs up. Once again, subscribe to the channel down below. Let me know what you want to see next. Maybe run defense out of a different formation, what you want to see on offense, different ebooks, schemes. Let me know. And peace. I'm out of here.